Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to find out how good every single NHL team will be if they get one of their best players in franchise history back on their team. We're going to be using the Edmonton Oilers because, of course, we're going to have McDavid and Gretzky playing together. McDavid, the best player in the world right now, and Gretzky, the best player of all time. We will be using the most realistic settings possible to get the best and most accurate results. As well as that, we will also be turning offsides and icing off, as this does make scoring more realistic. Alright, so now looking at the lines, the top line we have the great one centering Connor McDavid and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Draisaitl centering the second line, and other than that, not really that much. The defense is pretty bad, and goaltending not great with Koskinen being the starter. Now at the trade deadline with a record of 34, 23, and 5, so we're not doing too bad. Gretzky and McDavid probably doing very well. I'm interested on how this team will do and if they will end up making the playoffs. So we're now approaching the end of this season. We're doing very well. We finished with a record of 45, 30, and 7. I believe that's 97 points, if my math is correct. We actually beat Calgary 11-3, so huge win at the end of the season there. We finished second in the division there, behind the Vancouver Canucks. Gretzky there gets 124 points. Insane year, though obviously nothing compared to what he was able to put up before. McDavid puts up 118 points with Nugent-Hopkins right behind him, and Draisaitl also doing very well. Now, taking a look at the entire league, at first glance, it looks as if I was still on the Oilers page with Gretzky and McDavid both being the top two in the league. Bure there finishes third with 114 points. Insane year for him. Lemieux also up there. Huge surprise. And I believe that there's only 3 players currently in the league that made the first page, the rest being alumni. Toronto finishes first in the league with 119 points. Buffalo actually right behind them, surprisingly. Also Vancouver, we finished 9th in the league, doing pretty well. Our first playoff matchup will be Arizona. Hopefully we can get by them. Let's sum up these first 2 games and see how we do. So first game there, 6-3 loss, but we bounced back with a big 5-2 win. Let's sum up the next 2 games and see how we do. 4-3 win and a 5-4 loss. 4-3 win, big win. We could win in the next game, let's see. And a big 7-2 win to send us to the second round. Our next playoff matchup will be against the Vancouver Canucks. Let's sim up these first 2 games, and I wonder how we'll do against Vancouver, as they have a better record than we do right now. 3-2 loss and a 3-1 loss. That sucks. We're down 2-0. Gonna sim only 1 game here because I don't want to lose. 6-1 win. Big 3-0 win. Let's sim up the next game. Huge 4-1 win. We're back in this series. 3-2 up against Vancouver, winning 3 straight. And a 6-4 win. So we were down 2-0 and then won 4 straight to go to the third round. Now up against the St. Louis Blues. They seem to do very well after they won the Stanley Cup. In real life, it's a bit weird. So let's see how we do against St. Louis. Let's sum up these games. 5-4 loss and a 6-3 loss. That sucks. Down 2-0 in the series. 3-2 overtime loss. That sucks. Let's jump into the simulation here and see how we do. Hopefully we don't do bad and get swept. So, yeah, that sucks. We got swept, and I don't want to talk about it. So there you go, guys. The Boston Bruins are the Stanley Cup champions. One game away from doing so, like in real life. They actually versed St. Louis, also like in real life, but it was in 6 games instead of 7, and obviously Boston won. Let's take a look at the playoff tree. So St. Louis there actually did very well, only losing 1 game until they faced Boston. That's crazy. And Boston beat the Capitals in 5, Devils in 6, Toronto in 7. So Toronto still not getting by Boston, and then of course they beat St. Louis in 6. Now taking a look at the rewards, you can see there the Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup, Maple Leafs the Presidents, and then those awards, blah blah blah, and then the player awards. Gretzky wins the Art Ross. He also wins the Hart. Carlson with the James Norris. Pavel Bure wins the Lady Byng Trophy. Pettersson with the Calder. How surprising, am I right? He wins every single time. Bobby Orr with the Conn Smythe. Hutton with the Vezina. That's weird. Anderson with the William Jennings. He's a good goaltender. Forbert with the Bill Masterton. And Lemieux with the Selke Trophy. Gretzky also gets the Ted Lindsay Award. And the Maurice Richard. So I believe that's 4 trophies. Let me check. Yeah, 4 trophies for Gretzky. That's crazy. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, and bye.